Here at the annual Media Day in Wheatland, Missouri at the Lucas Oil Speedway with the General Manager, Mr. Dan Robinson. Glad you guys invited us down. It's a beautiful day.
Hey Scotty, thanks. Glad you guys can make it.
A lot of things going on. Well, let's rewind a little bit. You were in your own rights deeply involved in motorsports before the blessing bestowed upon you, invited to come aboard here and get things straightened out, and my goodness, you really have. Things are just really a buzz around here these days.
Well, we've got a great staff and we've got great support from obviously from Lucas Oil. It starts at the top here, and we've got a very aggressive schedule and we just work hard at it every day.
Kind of unique in and of its own rights, the general geographical location right in the middle of nowhere, and of all of my travels all around, it seems everybody asks me, have you been to the Lucas Oil Speedway? Where is it? And they're dying to get to it. So it's a good feeling to know that the buzz is about, I'm sure, and every time you come out for a new event, it's probably always good to see new different faces of people that you know that you haven't been here before.
Right, that is good. So, the first time fans hopefully become repeat fans, and that's what we're after with people. And same thing with the media today. We wanted to bring a different crowd here that may have not been here before to show them what we have to offer.
The season right around the corner. The 2012 season is right upon us. You'll be kicking it off real soon. Tell us about some of the special events coming up, and by all means, we got a brand new facility out back here, the new drag boat course as well, which is a huge added addition to the Lucas Oil Speedway.
Yeah, absolutely. The drag boat lake, it's the only one of its kind in the world. We have 2 of 10 national events on that lake. They'll both be on TV, so they're great. They do 250-mile-an-hour boats. But our dirt tracks are bread and butter. We start with that April 14th, and we go all the way to September 28th and 29th with the Jesse Hockett Memorial.
Which, on the note of the drag boat course, man, it really fits hand in hand, being about 45 minutes southwest of the beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. And I know you guys are really looking forward to trying to get a bunch of people down from that area to come and see this place.
Yeah, the Lake of the Ozarks, that's where all the boaters are, around. Of course, Pomme de Terre has a lot. There's a lot at the lake, and we really work aggressive at the lake to showcase our facility up there and try to get them to come down, and we have a fair amount of them show up here on those events.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate your time today, and as always, thanks for being so good to us. We'll look forward to seeing you here in a few weeks.
Thank you.
We'll be running, of course, 2 national events at this facility this year, June 8th through the 10th, and then again August 31st, September 1 and 2, Memorial Day. We do the same thing, if you're familiar with NHRA, we do the same thing as our cousins on the asphalt do, only we do it on a liquid quarter mile, we call it. We run 12 classes of boats, all the way up from kids personal watercraft, river racers. Our sportsman's classes consist of 4 pro classes, from a pro modified, top alcohol flat, top alcohol hydro, and then of course top fuel hydro, which are the big boys. And those are the guys that you'll see. They run a 1,000-foot track rather than a full 1320, and they'll run that 1,000-foot in 3.5 seconds at about 260 to 262 miles an hour. They generate 8,000 horsepower, and it's pretty intense to watch when those guys mash on that throttle. We're extremely proud of this facility. It is the first one in the country, as far as I know in the world, a specifically built drag boat race track. We race on a lot of public waterways, a lot of rivers and so forth, and of course anytime you do that, each venue has its own specific challenges and things you have to do, and they're different from place to place. And we were able to set out here and design this thing and incorporate all of the things we wish that every other track, across the country you're racing has. And it was very exciting, and like I said, we're extremely proud of it. We've got a picture of myself and Mike Chastain, who's our partner in the Drag Boat Racing Series, and Gary Hubert and Forrest. We're standing out here scratching stuff on the ground with our fingers, and about 1.5 years later, it turned out with what we have now. And, like I said, the only one in the country, and extremely top-notch facility. I just hope to see everybody come out. It's a family event. We work very hard to keep it and make it a family event. There's a lot to do out here on the racetrack. We'll show you after a while, but there's actually a beach down on one end where people can go swimming. They got tetherball, got horseshoe pits, got volleyball and concessions down there, and it just makes for a great weekend.
Here at the annual Media Day in Wheatland, Missouri with Forrest Lucas. And I tell you what, if you've never been here, you got to get on down. And I've got to say, what a great thing on your behalf to have the media come down this afternoon and check this place out.
You know, well, we should have done this when we opened the place. Probably tried to and didn't work, you know, but now that everybody's here, you know, there's enough press here. Everybody in the state of Missouri ought to know about the place by now. And I think when they find out that they've got to have this here, it's just a piece of jewelry for the state. I think to have all this, obviously the nicest racing facility in the United States right here.
Hence the diamond of the dirt tracks. And I was just having a conversation with Dan Robinson a little bit ago, and been up and down the Lucas Oil ASCS Sprint Car Dirt Series for about the last three or 4 years, doing the pit reporting for their broadcasts with the RacingBoys.com, and I was telling Dan, no matter where we go, we can be in the Southwest, you know, out in Illinois, down in Texas, everybody wants to know. They know we're from Missouri. Everybody wants to know about the Lucas Oil Speedway. They've heard so many good things about it. And I guess that leads me to ask you, when you decided to dig ground at this place, I bet you never had thoughts of it growing as big and being such a huge thing, let alone locally, but nationally.
No, we started out to just make a little racetrack, Saturday night racetrack, and but my wife, she wouldn't come to a racetrack, dirt track, because of the restrooms. So well, we're going to make these really, really nice restrooms. Well, we went so overboard on these really nice restrooms, then we just kind of started coming out, and then we got to the bottom level of this done, then well, we got room up there, there's such good steel, we could go up another level. Heck, we still got good steel, let's go up another level. So we got 2 levels of suites up above us. So we made everything else match to the seats we have out there, and we just first classed the whole place at that point in time. So, you know,
First class by all means. The racing facility itself, outstanding, immaculate, the best we've seen all over the United States. I've got to give a big thumbs up to the actual track surface.
well, we're always trying to improve. You know, it wasn't bad to start with, but we're always trying to improve, figure out how we can make this better. And we spend a lot of money on our races. We start, for Saturday night race, we start on Wednesday.
Right.
We start preparing the track on Wednesday, so we make sure we got everything the best, and the cars can run multi-lanes. And we have a lot of the big races out here, the television races. So, you know, that's how we sort of justify that, because we want a real good racetrack somewhere with real good lights, good sound system, and everything for having our television races. We couldn't find one that fit our bill anywhere else, so we'll build the dang thing.
So we'll build the dang thing, and up it's come and continually growing, as it's said. Just off to our south here, the brand new drag boat facility. Just dug in. I know you had a big event, the inaugural event last fall, which was a huge success. A full slate of events coming for this season. A very nice new added element to this facility.
And nobody else has got one. We built the first one.
So on that note, we know that's the dirt tracks operating, the drag boat facility up and operating well. We know there are plans in the woodworks down the road for a drag strip as well. How is that coming along, fact or fiction, and when might we know a little bit more about all that?
Well, that's on the back shelf right now. We put the groundwork in for it, you know, the base is there for it. But still, it's a big deal having to pave it, then you got to run it. So we got to see how it's going to work in with all the parking and stuff for the other stuff. We got the other 2 racetracks here now.
Right.
So do we need another one? We definitely want to put an off-road track back there, you know, for our off-road series, which is pretty much on the West Coast now. We want to eventually get it back here, so we let the place rip also, so we don't want to overload it. We don't overload it, you know.
Indeed. Well, one of the finest facilities in the land by all means, and just an hour or so southeast of the beautiful Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, which quite the boating capital of this area as well, with the lake being there and another dirt track up the road up there not doing so well right now. I'm sure you guys are really kind of trying to focus your markets on drawing some folks down from the lake area to get down here.
Yeah, we need people to come in from out of town, you know, let's face it, you know, there's not, Wheatland's a little bitty town, this is all cattle country, you know,
Right.
really. It's the best cattle country in the United States, but that's what it's all about. So we're having to depend on people to drive in here to it, but it's worth driving into. And almost everybody gets here, they come back and they say, oh, I'm coming back and I'm bringing some friends. And we have people coming down all the way from Nebraska for the drag, or the, not drag road, but the late model series.
Right, right. Well, you know, what more can you say? One of the finest facilities in the land, as we say. This gentleman, we are blessed that he transplanted off of the West Coast and wanted to find his roots for yourself and your cattle right up the road, right here in central Missouri. And we're blessed that you wanted to spend the time with us on Lake TV today.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Forrest Lucas.